the current leadership is very convenient. It is highly ineffective. You have been covering this. We've all been covering this for 2 years. How many times have you said, oh, wait, the Palestinian leader's about to give a speech from Ramallah. This is going to be an incredibly charismatic, defining moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's been an onlooker. He is there, and maybe in his own way he tries. But he is very convenient for Israel and for Israel's allies, and his narrative is convenient for them. And he and their leadership around him seem to have made the decision that with the US and everyone else so deeply marinated in Israeli talking points, the best I can do is try and be just a few degrees away from those talking points, and then maybe I'll get something. That has patently failed. The alternative approach, which is what you were hinting at, as a way of challenging Israel's attempt to impose and force a solution that is not a solution on the Palestinians, is to change that incentive structure. And this is something that I've been convinced of for an awfully long time. There is one word that tells you virtually everything you need to know about this conflict. That word is impunity. As long as Israel can do what it does and is treated with impunity, that the Israeli public sees that it can get away with this. Why do you have an incentive inside Israel to do anything different? Sure, some people may feel uncomfortable with it, but then they say, we don't want a civil war. We know we've got some hotheads. No one else seems to be taking us to account for what we're doing. So if you want to change this, I don't even think your first question to ask is who needs to be in the room. Is it Israelis, Palestinians? Does it need to be managed by a third party? First of all, you have to address Israel's incentive structure. You have to address the impunity with which Israeli relentless criminality, and it pains me that this is the case, the way that Israel's relentless criminality is treated.
And by the way, this is not a radical view. This is, I mean, we're talking about people like Ehud Barak has been speaking of this. There are people within Shin Bet that are speaking of this. This is not, there's a feeling sometimes in the United States that the kind of talk that you're saying is a radical position to take. This is taken by some very respected actors within the country.
They understand that unless there is external pressure, Israel will not budge. And I don't want to lose sight of the fact that while everyone talks about Trump and he led this whole thing, Zaha hinted at it earlier. The other thing that was going on, which shifted the likelihood of Israel agreeing to something, was that pressure was beginning to mount. You saw the mass mobilization in many societies pressuring their governments.